Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to work on the M3, and pretty much almost everything has been done to this car. The road bearings, bulletproof vinyls, valve adjustment, new motor mounts, the rear subframe is reinforced, the rear diff seals, the drive shaft, new fuel pump, the actuator had been replaced by the previous owner. So most of the weak spots had been fixed, but the only thing which I haven't messed with it's the cooling system, and I don't have any leaks, which is a good thing. But the car does have 139,000 miles on the clock, so which means it's not a bad idea to refresh the whole system, since I know I'm pretty much near the limits. And as you can see, all these parts on the table are needed to complete the job. So I bought a new fan clutch, fan blades, the water pump, expansion tank, a thermostat, fan switch, some O-rings and gaskets, and coolant, of course. Now these cost about $1,300–$1,400, but you can cut the price on half if you decided to go with an aftermarket ones, even less than half. But the genuine parts are already proven, and I did 139,000 with the OEM ones, so this was pretty much the clear choice for me. I'm pretty sure some aftermarket parts are even better, but I am not going to take any chances. So let's get to work. First, we're gonna remove the intake duct, and it's held by 4 rivets. For this one, we're gonna use 2 flat screwdrivers facing each other like this, and it will pop right away. For the rest of them, we can use a flat screwdriver or this kind of tool. After this, we're gonna move to the air intake box. Mine is aftermarket one, it's held by a few bolts. Yours is gonna be the factory most likely. To remove these pieces, they're held by 1 rivet on the middle, 1 on the side and 1 on the other side, and they're out of the way like this. And next you need to unclip these wires and plug this one, which is right over here, and that's it pretty much for the cables. After this, we need to remove the fan. To remove the fan, you will need a 32mm wrench or these special tools. So you're gonna put it over here, just like this, and you're gonna spin it clockwise. But first you need the other piece, which is this. Mine is broken, but that doesn't matter, still gonna do the job. You're gonna put it right over here, and when I use my foot like this, it's gonna open. After this, we're gonna move to the fan shoulder. It's held by 4 screws, 1 here, 1 down there. On the other side, the other one is over here underneath the holes, and the other one is down there. Pretty simple. For the 1 screw down there, you do need to remove the tray which is underneath the car, because it's gonna be a lot more easier to take it off. And now, once everything is loose, you can spin the fan clockwise until it's out like this, and you should be able to pull it out. Bam! Just like this, the fan is out of the way. And the shroud. And now you do have a lot more space here. Next, we need to remove the drive belt, and to do this you need to pop off this cover of the pulley, which is right over here, and you also need to remove the AC belt. It does have also cover. The drive belt does use 8mm Allen wrench, and you just need to go clockwise like this, and you see the belt is pretty much loose, and now you can take it off. But first, don't forget to take off the AC belt. It does use T47, just like this, because you can't remove the driver belt without removing the AC belt. Good thing I decided to replace the water pump, because I do have shaft play, you can hear it. Bearings are going out, so that's not good. At least I cut it on time. Next we need to remove the water pump pulley. It does have 4 bolts. We just need to remove them, and she'll be off in no time. Just like this. There we go. Now we need to drain the coolant, and we're gonna remove this sensor down there, since this is the lower section of the coolant lines, and probably this is gonna be the best way of doing it. I couldn't find any other way, so it's gonna be messy. For this reason you have to put some big tray just like I did, and hopefully it's gonna catch as much as possible coolant. So I end up taking the pipe off, since I wanted to drain as much as possible coolant, and as you can see it's still dripping a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. So the next step is pretty much to take off these 3 bolts you can see on the top, and we have 4 which are holding the water pump, and you see this black pipe which is connected to the water pump. It does go up to here, so it's pretty much this one, this pipe, and it does have a bolt over here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I'm gonna show you. It's this one here, this bolt. You need to take it off, otherwise you won't be able to pull off the pump. Actually the water pump does have 5 bolts holding her, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 1 on the right side on the middle. So she's pretty much sitting like this, and this is the left side which I'm talking about for the metal pipe. So you have to pull off the pipe first before you pull the pump. Let me show you. The pipe is hanging now. I already pulled her off. You see her? This is the pipe down there. And now I should be able to pull off the whole assembly. Let's see. While the pump is out, it's not a bad idea to tie down this bolt. This is for the tensioner, and they do get loose. Mine was loose a little bit, so I tied it down to 24 Newton meters. I think the specification is for 34, but I went a little bit lower, a lot lower actually, since there is oil in the system and I don't want to over torque it and strip the thread, since it's a plastic. So if you want to drain the coolant a little bit more, you can drain the block actually. There is, let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you can see this bolt which I'm lighting on. You can take it off and it will drain the coolant from the block, but I don't have the crush washer for it, so I'm not going to drain it, and it's gonna be a lot of mess, but it's not a bad idea actually. You can reuse the crush washer most likely, but I'm gonna do it next time. This is the thermostat housing, and apparently it does have an O-ring. I don't know if you can see it, but this black piece, and it's not replaceable. That's the bad thing. It's right over here, and when you put your thermostat, it will seal it so it won't pass any coolant through these holes, and if it does, it will throw some kind of error code, which is not a good thing. But I didn't buy a new one, so I'm gonna use it. Hopefully it won't leak, but I read online that a lot of guys end up reusing it, and then after a few thousand miles they have to take it off and replace it. But the good thing is you can take it off like this. You have to just tilt it, and you don't have to remove your water pump. That's a good thing. But still, you need to drain the coolant, and it's a mess, but it is what it is. We'll see. The pump is mounted, and now we just need to torque down all the bolts to 10 Newton meters. Almost everything is back together. Now I need to install the water pump pulley. This one actually is a brand new one, since they do get damaged sometimes. The bolts need to be torqued down to 10 Newton meters. After this I need to reinstall the belts, the fan and the shroud, and we're pretty much done. This is my new clutch fan, and as you can see it's a genuine one, and I kinda overpay a lot just for a sticker, since you can buy the same clutch fan, Mayhel Bear making them, Bear or whatever they call it. The same company is making the clutch fans for BMW, and you can buy it for a third of the price. This one is about around 300 and something, and the aftermarket one, the same company, it's 120 or something like this. And as you can see, this is the old one. This one, the old one, they used to put some BMW stamps on it. On the new one they just put a sticker on, so it's pretty much the same thing, and I just paid about $200 for a sticker. That's funny. Hopefully it's something different, but I don't think so. Everything is back together, and now we are just filling up the system with coolant. We're gonna add coolant through the expansion tank, and then we will come to the bleeder screw. We will crack open the bleeder screw. Actually, we will take it off completely, and you will see how coolant and bubbles will come out at the beginning. So you will keep adding coolant through over there, and once you see a steady stream of coolant, you will close the bleeder screw. So let me show you. And you will see how the coolant and some air will start escaping, and you wait until you see a steady stream of coolant. You see, right now I do have a steady stream of coolant. I'm pretty much done with the bleeding. Once you're done with this, you're gonna top off the coolant, close the cap, and you can start the car. But first we are going to turn on the heater. Turn on the heater. Let's see, hopefully my battery is not dead. It is. How fun. The battery should be good now. You gotta turn on the heat, crank up the temperature up to 91, and you can start the car pretty much. The coolant temperature sensor was disconnected, that's why I had the coolant white on. So now we are going to wait for the car to get to operational temperature, and then we will crack loose the bleeder screw, so if there is any more air, to be able to bleed it out. And now I'm going to crack open the bleeder screw just slightly. There's more liquid. I'm gonna and hopefully it did the trick. I'm just going to wait for the car to cool down, probably until tomorrow, since my battery is completely trashed. I will need to buy a new battery, and tomorrow I will check the coolant level to make sure that it's up to the top. And after this I'll do a test drive and hopefully everything is good. So far the car didn't overheat or anything, so I should be in the clear, but we will know for sure tomorrow. And now we're gonna do a quick test to make sure everything is good.